Live from WSLS, this is 10 News at 5, working for you.
Now at 5. Hurricane Sally moving slower than you walk as it stalks the Gulf Coast. But the storm is coming with a punch.
Everything is scary right now.
Where the eye of the storm is zeroing in and which areas here at home will see the most impact.
Plus, Governor Ralph Northam is keeping a close eye on COVID-19 cases in our area.
Southwest Virginia is seeing more new cases per day on average.
What health officials say is behind the increase.
As more races and marathons cancel their in-person events, I'll show you how you can cross the virtual finish line at one of the largest events in Roanoke of the year.
Well, good evening. Tonight we start with this. Hurricane Sally continuing its very slow march toward the Gulf Coast tonight.
And as you can see in this video, areas along the Florida Panhandle are already feeling the effects of the storm ahead of landfall. We want to give you a live look right now along the Gulf shores in Alabama. Heavy downpours and historic flooding are expected as Sally gets closer.
And tonight, Jay Cray has more on what lies ahead for those in the hurricane's path.
A wave of concern spilling over the Gulf Coast right now.
I'm a retired Gulfport firefighter. I was on duty the day Katrina hit. So I know the magnitude and the scope of what these things can do.
Hurricane Sally pushing toward the shoreline and already causing problems from Louisiana through the Florida Panhandle. Driving rain from the outer bands of the storm and surf pushed by the wind filling low-lying areas. And a lot more water is likely on the way. The National Weather Service warning an extremely dangerous and life-threatening storm surge is expected due to Sally.
The saying that the National Weather Service has is hide from the wind, run from the water. And so now is the time to run from the water.
Some running, others stocking up to ride out the storm.
Truck's gassed up, boat's gassed up, so I'm ready. Food's freezer full of food and got a bunch of charcoal and lighter fluid.
At about 2 miles an hour, Sally is crawling toward the shoreline, and that slow pace is part of the concern here. As the storm lingers, it will continue to dump rain in some areas 2 feet or more.
That scares me that we're going to lose a life or lives because of Hurricane Sally, and more than likely it will be because of water.
Adding to that fear, the uncertainty.
You just never know, and they still do not know where it's going.
Or exactly when Sally will strike. Jay Gray, NBC News, Mobile, Alabama.
All right, the local weather authority tracking Sally and its impacts here at home.
Chief Meteorologist Jeff Hanowitz joins us now. Jeff, areas like Southside are expected to see more rain than areas farther north.
That is exactly right, and that will happen, we think, Thursday afternoon, Thursday night, and a Friday morning. Guys, this just isn't cool. We've got 4 named storms out there. Of course, we have Hurricane Sally. We've got Tropical Storm Teddy, Tropical Storm Vicky, and of course, Hurricane Paulette, the one of which that is of most concern, of course, is Hurricane Sally. Been downgraded to a Category 1 hurricane, but that doesn't mean a whole lot simply because of the fact this thing is going to throw so much rain at the Gulf Coast. We've got hurricane warnings from Bay St. Louis, Mississippi, all the way through the Florida Panhandle. This does include Mobile, and right now it looks like Mobile could be where this thing makes landfall here as we head late tonight or tomorrow. Winds right now of 80 miles per hour, moving north at just 2 miles per hour. It is expected to drift on shore and then pick up some steam and be near Columbia, South Carolina, Friday at 2 o'clock. And that means for us later Thursday into at least the first part of the day Friday, we're going to get some rain here. Notice the highlands, though, may see a couple of tenths of an inch of rain, while areas near south side could see closer to 3 inches of rain. So the farther south you go, the more rain you're going to see out of this. And we're running out of names in the Atlantic Basin. Of course, Vicky is out there. The next name will be Wilfred. Wilfred could form here over the next 2 to 3 days. Once we get beyond Wilfred, for the second time ever, we're heading into the Greek alphabet. John?
All right, thank you, Jeff. Meanwhile, police have arrested a Danville man in connection with the disappearance of a man from North Carolina. According to Raleigh police, 34-year-old Justin Merritt is facing a number of charges, including robbery, after Andy Banks' Range Rover was found in Danville on Monday. The 39-year-old was reported missing on Saturday afternoon in Raleigh. Friends say he was meeting a potential Craigslist buyer about that SUV. If you have any information or if you see Banks, you are asked to call police. And a man shot in Roanoke early this morning will not cooperate with police. Officers say it happened along Delaware Avenue Northwest near Kennedy Park about 1 in the morning. The man told officers that he was shot but refused medical help and did not want to help in the investigation. Police say everyone involved knew one another. No one has been arrested.
Today, Governor Ralph Northam said he's worried about COVID-19 case numbers here in Southwest Virginia. Our area has more new cases per day on average than any other region in the state. During today's coronavirus briefing, he said health officials have tied that increase to several factors, including businesses not following COVID-19 guidelines and students returning to Radford University and Virginia Tech. The governor said it's essential that people continue to wear face coverings, wash their hands, and practice social distancing.
What we need to continue to emphasize to Virginians and to Americans, that it's the behavior that will get this health crisis behind us, and then we'll be able to move on.
The governor also talked about the upcoming election coming up at 6, why he said you should have confidence that your vote will be counted no matter how you vote.
And Franklin County leaders are urging the community to help keep COVID cases as low as they can as flu season arrives. Today, the county hosted a virtual roundtable with officials from the Department of Health. There have been 280 confirmed cases of COVID-19 in Franklin County. Nancy Bell with the West Piedmont Health District says people there have been doing a great job preventing the spread, but warns as flu season approaches, you need to stay vigilant.
If they're allowed to rise at a time when flu comes on, which is pretty shortly here, it's a perfect storm for making sure that our hospitals and doctors' offices cannot handle the capacity.
The county says it's hosting several free clinics for people to get their flu shots this year.
Tomorrow marks 6 months since the first COVID-19 case was reported in the Roanoke City, Allegheny Health Districts. Today, there were 26 new cases overnight. There are 10 active outbreaks. To date, there have been 41 deaths. Dr. Molly Odell with the Department of Health also said the Hispanic population doesn't make up as much of the total number of cases as it once did.
Well, one of Roanoke's most beloved Thanksgiving Day traditions will be going online only this year. The Roanoke Rescue Mission's Drumstick Dash goes, of course, far beyond the annual 5K. It's so important to the community and all the good that the Rescue Mission does. And 10 News reporter Annie Schroeder is live in downtown Roanoke tonight talking more about this. Annie, you've got a breakdown for us of what the event will look like this year.
Yeah, John, good evening. For more than a decade now, people flood the streets here in downtown Roanoke for the race, which starts here at the intersection of Williamson and Franklin. But because of the pandemic, organizers say it was just too much of a risk this year. Now, the annual Drumstick Dash is the shelter's biggest fundraiser, which brings in about $300,000 and pays for all of the shelter's dining services throughout the year. This year, runners will register online and will have the entire month of November to complete the race. Kevin Berry with the Roanoke Rescue Mission says he's hoping for a high turnout this year, and the thousands of people who participate in the race show how much the community cares about ending poverty.
The slogan for the race is "Move your feet so others can eat." And what that really can mean is move your feet so a child can focus in school. Move your feet so that a mother doesn't have to make a decision between paying the mortgage or a month worth of groceries.
Now, there is no registration close date for the run or walk in the race this year. Coming up on your 10 News at 6, I'll break down more concerns that organizers of marathons and races have here in our area. In Roanoke, Annie Schroeder, 10 News, working for you.
The historic Roanoke Gainsborough Library is getting an update.
We'll tell you when you'll be able to check out those new renovations.
WSLS 10 News, the proud winner of the 2020 Emmy Award for Best Newscast. If storms move through your neighborhood and you safely take a photo or video, feel free to share it with us. Open the Weather Authority app, click Pins on the bottom, then click Drop a Pin. You can upload your picture or video here.
As unemployment rates remain high during the pandemic, dozens of cars lined up this morning at the Berglund Center for a drive-through job fair. It was the first time the Roanoke Employment Agency Express Employment held a socially distanced job fair like this. There were 140 positions up for grabs across 25 different companies.
Employment in Roanoke is very high right now. It's at 7.9%. It was as low as 3% last year. We've got 11,000 people unemployed. So we're looking to do some unique and different things like this drive-through job fair to try to attract talent to come to work for us.
And if you missed this event, Express Employment does hold open interviews 7 days a week at their offices in Christiansburg and Roanoke.
New at 5, renovations to refresh the Gainsborough Library started today. The library will undergo about $600,000 in work. The updates will include new paint, carpet, furniture, and a redesigned kids and teen area. In addition, the library will add new books, shelves, and upgraded technology. The Roanoke Library branches were built in the 1960s, so employees say the updates are needed.
I think that the intent for us and for the city is that we maintain what we have, which means we want to make sure this stays fresh and new and clean. And so we're really excited about being able to do this refresh.
There will be no curbside services or book drop until renovations are done early next year.
Well, a simple act could make a life-changing difference.
But I never imagined that it would happen 3 times.
Why one family is pushing through their pain to encourage more African Americans to donate blood.
Now at 5, if you see smoke coming from the Roanoke-Blacksburg Regional Airport over the next few days, don't panic. The airport is holding a live burn training. It happens twice a year. The airport brings in an aircraft simulator to mimic what a real-life pit fire, engine fire, or rescue would look like. The airport's director of public safety says this training helps keep their skills fresh if there is a real emergency.
We don't want to have to think about it if we get a call to an incident like this. We want to be there and know that we've fought this before. We know what to do. We feel the heat. We smell the smells. We do all the stuff. We know kind of exactly what is going on.
Yeah, the training will continue through Thursday.
A Roanoke family is asking for help tonight to meet an urgent need: more blood donations from Black blood donors. 10 News reporter Jessica Jewell shares their emotional story and how your donations could save lives.
From pain often comes purpose, something that defines Nicole Ross.
We know that this cause was not given to us by accident.
And Tommy Page.
It really showed me the real warriors that my sons are.
Now passionate advocates for sickle cell anemia, a disease all 3 of their sons were born with.
It was just really hard because what looks like a normal child, at the drop of a dime, they're in the hospital for a week.
And their oldest died from
John Anthony. I still wear his ring every day.
With one son's memory and 2 others' ongoing battle, they're pushing for African Americans to donate blood. Most sickle cell patients are Black and are much more likely to find a compatible blood match from a donor who is Black. But that blood can be hard to come by, something Nicole and Tommy have seen firsthand.
There was a time when we had to wait until blood came available from Richmond because we didn't have it in this area.
You're already dealing with watching your son go through a pain crisis and knowing that blood transfusion is the only thing that's going to make this thing subside. And waiting, it's like it.
Donations are now lower than ever because of the pandemic, leading the Red Cross to issue an urgent need for Black blood donors. A simple act to make a life-changing difference.
It just gives my son an opportunity, both of my sons, the opportunity to live another day.
And allow a legacy to live on too.
I've seen young people actually live better lives. I've seen people now know about this. He did that. He did that.
In Roanoke, Jessica Jewell, 10 News, working for you.
The Red Cross is holding a blood drive in Roanoke specifically for sickle cell patients on September 29th. You can learn more about that on our website, WSLS.com.
your local weather authority, always watching and tracking for you from the JES Weather Center.
You are looking at a live picture from our Roanoke Blacksburg Airport sky cam. Notice that there are a couple of clouds around, but the sky looks gray. The sky has looked fairly overcast today. Fact of the matter is, if we didn't have smoke from the wildfires out west, we would have seen a whole lot of blue skies today. But we also have a lot of smoke in the mid to higher levels of the atmosphere, and that is making for some milky sunshine and a milky cloud cover. Let's head on over and show you what we're expecting this evening. Skies are going to be partly cloudy. At 7 o'clock, temperatures will be in the lower 70s, falling into the low to mid 60s by around 10. Satellite radar composite showing that there really isn't a ton of cloud cover around. That film that you see in the sky coming in via the westerlies from the west coast. Lots of smoke in the atmosphere today. Means the air quality is still good for us because the smoke is so high up, it's not really impacting our breathing, but nevertheless, had that milky film in the sky because of smoke coming in from the westerlies. Of course, this is Hurricane Sally bringing heavy rain from eastern Louisiana all the way towards the panhandle of Florida. Sally expected to make landfall late tonight or tomorrow somewhere near Mobile, Alabama. The flood threat is incredibly high along the Alabama, Mississippi, and Florida coastline. We are looking at 10 to 20 inches of rain with isolated spots 30 inches of rain. This is a quote from the National Hurricane Center saying that it's historic, life-threatening flooding going on out across the Gulf Coast here tonight into tomorrow. On Wednesday, that threat for flooding extends inland into the southeast, and by Thursday, that threat will be highest along, say, the Georgia-South Carolina border. We could even have some localized flooding here along the North Carolina-Virginia border here Thursday night into Friday morning, depending on exactly the track this decides to take. Regardless, tonight we're going to be dry. Skies will be partly cloudy. Tomorrow starts out skies partly sunny. I do think that we're going to have a mix of sun and clouds heading into tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow is dry. By Wednesday night, may start to see a few showers moving in, especially around daybreak in areas south of 460. And it looks like that rain will start to overspread many of our backyards here Thursday afternoon, Thursday night into Friday morning. That's our best chance for rain here. One thing that this rain will do is wipe away some of the pollen. So the pollen level's pretty high today and tomorrow. But when those rain chances increase, the pollen levels decrease Thursday into Friday. Temperatures for us right now, 60 in Hot Springs, 69 in Roanoke, 71 in Danville. Your weather headlines here looking ahead to the weekend showing that this front is going to push Sally out to sea by the weekend. Humidity levels here locally are going to drop big time after spiking again Thursday and Friday. Highs this weekend 65 to 71. It's going to feel really good outside. It's going to feel like fall this weekend, but fall does not officially arrive here until 1 week from today. Arrives at around 9:30 in the morning. For tonight, we're going to see, I think, skies clearing out a little bit. We're going to be cooler too. Highs tonight or highs tomorrow will be in the 70s. Most spots, overnight lows tonight, 40s and 50s. For the New River Valley, looking at highs on Thursday in the upper 60s. Looking at highs in the highlands, low to mid 70s here for the next couple of days. And for South Side, 76 tomorrow, falling into the low to mid 70s on Thursday. For Roanoke, dry Wednesday, better chances for rain Thursday afternoon, Thursday night into at least Friday morning. But that rain is gone by the weekend. Weekend looks great with more sunshine. Highs over the weekend for you folks in the Hill City, mid to upper 60s. We stay in the 60s on Monday. 1 week from today, temperatures may climb back into the 70s. John.
All right, thank you, Jeff. That's good because this Saturday, Roanoke Public Libraries and Mill Mountain Zoo will be teaming up for the zoo's International Red Panda Day festivities. That day brings awareness to red pandas and the many reasons that they are endangered. Kids can meet Nova, the red panda, and learn about other endangered animals. Roanoke City Libraries will be giving each child a different book that they can take home with them.
We hope that we're instilling a compassion and an empathy for wildlife and nature that, they will take into their adulthood, and maybe, maybe they'll become passionate about conservation. Maybe it's a field they'll go into, when they get older.
Let's hope so. You do have to register for a specific time slot. For more information, just go to WSLS.com. And from one animal to another, best barnyard buddies.
The Animal Sanctuary telling a great story of friendship over hardship.
A couple of unique best friends are getting a lot of attention online.
The two are very different, but that doesn't bother them at all. We want to introduce you to Duke the calf and his best friend, there we go, Rex the chicken. Since they met, they've been inseparable. They live at a farm animal sanctuary for animals with special needs in Phoenix, Arizona.
Duke was born without any bones in his legs and also has dwarfism. Rex was dropped off by a neighbor who was worried the other chickens were going to hurt him. Videos of the unlikely friends, well, it's gone viral.
Two became very good friends. They hang out together. The calf gives the little chicken kisses. They take naps. He snuggles under his chin.
Her video of Rex and Duke has more than 1 million views on social media.
That is nice.
It is.
That's nice. So the other chickens were picking on the chicken, and Duke the calf needed a friend.
Right. It all came together.
There you go. All right. Coming up on 10 News at 5:30, more news for you. There will be major changes to this year's Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. We'll tell you how the parade will still hold its magic while following all the coronavirus guidelines.
Plus, there's no mountain that Mountain Salsa can't reach, how they found major success with their dips.